Hello, dear viewers. Thank you for joining us. You're watching our weekly program, Talk to OBN, on your favorite media channel, OBN Horn of Africa. In this edition, we'll be discussing about the corridor development and major initiatives being undergone in Finfinne City. To discuss this matter, I am joining by Lidet Mulata, advisor at Strategic Bureau at the Mayor's Office, Addis Ababa Finfinne. Lidet, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Addis. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for hosting
Well done.
me.
Okay, before going deep dive to our conversation, who is Lidet, and can you tell us all the career journey you have passed through and reached here?
Sure. So prior to joining the mayor's office, I worked on a project with the IOM, United Nations, for about a year. And prior to that, I've had experience working in communications with Prime Media. Prior to that, I was in the US, where I worked for over a decade with the US government in public health and social areas. I had the fortune of working in different projects that were nationally and globally impactful throughout my career. So now I'm at the Addis Ababa Mayor's Office in the Strategic Bureau as an advisor, where I get the opportunity to work on sort of the same thing: social issues, urban infrastructure, urban administration, basically working for the people. So throughout my career, almost about 20 years, I've been working on projects that can make impact both nationally, globally, and citywide. So my career has spanned very interesting areas, and I'm really fortunate now to be working in an administration that's making a huge impact for its residents. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing the last 20 years.
Okay, your office is taking the lion's share on the ongoing development in the capital city. Let me begin with this. What are the primary goal of the corridor development that is happening now?
So Addis Ababa City Administration, as you know, with the visionary leadership of the Prime Minister and the amazing leadership that our Excellency Mayor Adanich, the number one goal of the city is to enhance the transportation system, to upgrade the infrastructure of the city so that it can be capable of absorbing the increase of the population. As you know, the urban population is increasing throughout the city and even in Africa in general. So it's to make the city a livable city, equitable city, so that both poor and rich people have basic necessity. The city was very congested with traffic. So the roads are being fixed, that it's being expanded so that there is bike lanes, so there's pedestrian roads so that people have safe walkways, also green spaces. So in general, the corridor has its goal to make sure that the city residents have a comfortable living environment while stimulating economic activities for the city. So it has in mind residents, it has in mind tourists, it has in mind businesses, so that the city is able to upgrade infrastructure-wise. We had issues with electricity and water, so those infrastructures needed to be changed so that they are capable of being accessible. Access can be granted to all areas of the city. So those activities are some of the important parts of the corridor development that has taken place, so that the city can live up to its name and to also be recognized as it should be, as one of the major cities, diplomatic hub in the world.
Well, I mean, those untidy places, I mean, became very beautiful, and we can mention this river and riverside development project. Can you shed us light on that?
Sure. So, river and riverside project is one of those extremely important projects that Addis Ababa City Administration is taking, and rivers are the spine of a city. So, if the rivers are not clean, previously Addis Ababa riversides have been an area of darkness. It's a place where people dump their trash. It's an area, waste, pollution, smell. There's a foul smell around the riversides. It's a place where criminals hide. River and riverside area properties do not like facing the rivers because it brought negative smell and activities around that area. There was also flooding. Every year the city was prone to flooding, and these neglected river and riverside areas were causing a serious threat to the residents around there. And public health wise, it's an area where bacteria and infections breed. It was a breeding ground for diseases, respiratory issues. So now this river and riverside project is cleaning up the area, the pollution. It's planting fruits and vegetables and green trees around it. They are creating dams to protect it from flooding. It's now contributing, and now it's cleaning the water system. The river is getting clean, so it actually can contribute to the water needs of the city. So it's completely being transformed. Now there's walkways and bike lanes around that area so that people can actually use it as a place of recreation. Similar to the corridor development, it's now accessible for anyone to have a place of serenity. You know, it's a peaceful place than what it used to be. Now it's an area where tourists can come, and it's almost I've called it an open air museum, because the river is now going to be one of those places that people want to go and spend time, instead of a place where it used to be avoided. And it increased the property around that area. So it has significantly changed the city, and it will continue to do so as the project continues throughout the city. So it's one of those brave projects that the city has undertaken.
Well, can you add on, I mean, how this river and riverside project has increased the aesthetic and the good look of the city as well?
Sure. So there are a lot of green spaces created, just like the corridor. The corridor also has many green spaces created. And so the riverside also has a lot of greeneries. It has new shops, business, economic development around the riverside area. So people can go there and have coffee. People can have small fast food area in the riverside area. So it's sort of a recreational place. There are places to sit and enjoy the greenery there. So and then the water flow, it creates a peaceful environment for people to go spend time in. So aesthetically, not just for residents, but also for visitors, it will be an attraction for them to go to the rivers and the riversides of Addis Ababa.
Well, let's discuss about the importance of early childhood development program that is happening in Addis as well.
Sure. So in order to build a nation, it was found that it's very critical that early childhood development is is taken seriously. So early childhood development is our Excellency's legacy goal. The mayor has taken this program as one of our key priority areas in order to support especially the vulnerable communities in our city. Early childhood development is critical because the brain develops at a very early age. So if you work on children at a very early age, then the chances of them being able to take on education and responsibilities and be contributing citizens to their nation is very high likely. So a study was done prior to the initiation of this program that showed that Addis Ababa early childhood development had increased the number of there was an increased need. About 28% of the children in the study did not meet the developmental milestone. So that study was the initiating factor of why we should work on early childhood development. And since then, the mayor has taken this as a key priority, budgeting a large amount of budget and empowering the city bureaus to work on this program. And so, there has been a series of campaigns to ensure that vulnerable families have the care they need, starting from pregnancy in the health centers to having parental coaches at home that visit these vulnerable families. About 5,000 parental coaches have been trained and are giving care to vulnerable families on how to raise their children. What are the types of nutrition that they need to have during this age that they're in, what kind of communication, what kind of play. And then also the city, if you have noticed, as part of the corridor development and even prior to the corridor, is building playgrounds in all areas of the city. This is to ensure that children have a place to play, regardless of their income level. So children need to play, and they need to have access to playgrounds, outdoor activities, and in order to ensure that both the lower income and the higher income people have access in their neighborhoods in walking distance to playgrounds. Because if children play and they have the access, they have good nutrition, they have the good care at home, good communication, then the chances of them being able to be responsible adults significantly increases. Thus, this is a key legacy program that the mayor is successfully implementing, and as you can see, it's pretty evident, and including daycares.
I mean, you do have these various initiatives, and they are visible, of course. And could you tell us again the catalytic role of these initiatives, especially in job creation, to address the unemployment rate that is happening now? Sure.
So I'm glad you mentioned it, because job creation in itself is one of the key priority areas of the city administration. As you know, as a nation, our younger population is the largest population. So it's very important that we work on job creation. It's, as you know, it's the national agenda as well. It's highly promoted by His Excellency Prime Minister Abiy. Programs such as like the 5 million coders, so to train the youth to have access to jobs so that they are competitive in the world, and they have opportunities, because it's very important that there's jobs for the youth specifically. So with these projects that has been taking place so far with the corridor development, the Riverside project, the early childhood development, job creation is at the center of it. I just mentioned to you there was about 5,000 parental coaches trained and currently working. That's a job creation right there. And then the corridor development, just in the first phase, close to 50,000 jobs were created and ongoing, right? So the second phase is even a much larger, so the job creation is just as much. And then even after the corridor development and the Riverside development as well, very labor intensive, so it creates a lot of opportunities for not just for laborers but contractors, engineers, architects, and so forth. So there's been a lot of job creation in the city, but as I mentioned earlier, it's also one of the key areas that the city administration is working, and there is a transformational plan that was created last year to create about 500,000 sustainable jobs, quality sustainable jobs for the residents of Addis. And that's being led by the Bureau of Labor and Skills of Addis Ababa. And that transformation plan includes innovating the TVET centers, ensuring that the TVET centers are giving training for jobs that are going to, that the youth are going to be able to find jobs in. So creating center of excellence, innovating entrepreneurs, providing platforms for entrepreneurs, changing the mindset of the generation, infusing that hard work is extremely valuable. And even with the projects that Addis Ababa is currently doing, it is showing how it's very important to have a new working culture, working 24 hours and 7 days a week and so forth. So there's also a mindset promotion work that's being done so that the youth is prepared to take on a new dimension in job creation. So the city administration is really working hard on the transformation of creating new job opportunities, partnering with different organizations to bring innovative ideas, giving vulnerable population, residents, opportunities to have access to IT facilities. These are all in the plans and currently in works. So I'm sure you're going to be hearing a lot about it, just
but
like the corridor.
You forget to mention is that the Nagawa? The Nagawa?
Yeah.
Those who were victim with this.
Yes, the women empowerment.
Prostitutions maybe, or to avoid the socio-economic problem of women, you've launched the Nagawa project, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's also.
Can you mention?
Yes, that's also part of a project that it creates jobs. It not only creates jobs, but it actually helps rehabilitate women who have been in a vulnerable lifestyle. So it not only creates job opportunities, but it actually rehabilitates them as well. And as you know, when you support women, their support transcends to families. So
is it active now?
Yes.
Operating well?
Oh yes, it has graduated over 1,000 women and trained them in different
catering.
Yes, in service industry, hair.
I've read news about it.
Yes. It's really successful, and it's going, and it's continuously taking on new students and graduating, and then disseminating them into the job market. So it's definitely.
Let's talk about the Sunday market service, and it became a new trend nowadays in Addis.
Yes. So the Sunday market is basically a program that connects the farmers or the producers directly to the consumers. And it really helps because it really reduces the cost for the residents. You can find products such as fruits and vegetables at sometimes at 40% lower prices than the grocery stores.
Discount.
Yeah, so it's discounted, and this opportunity now, it's called Sunday Market, but it's actually available on the weekends, so Saturday is included. And it's become very successful because the residents like it. They have access in short walking distance and pretty much accessible to all neighborhoods. And then the farmers like it because there's no middleman or middlewoman so they can actually be as profitable as needed. So they have the incentive of coming here, and the city administration facilitates by not taxing them, so that this is to ensure that the residents have, the cost of products, cost of food remains accessible to the residents at a fair price. Yeah.
Okay, how about this school feeding initiative? Is still operating well as well?
Yes, absolutely. So the school feeding program started because of, again, with vulnerable families having issues with feeding their children during school because they are low income. So the city noticed that there was issues with students, performances, concentration, not able to perform well in school because they're not fed well. So that program started, and now it used to feed few districts, but now it's over 900,000 students.
Wow.
So it's a big program that is supporting parents, that's supporting students. The Addis Ababa City Administration provides meals twice a day, uniforms and school materials. So these social support programs are making the city administration schools very attractive. So we have a lot more increase in enrollment in the city administration public schools every year. So at least the residents are getting social services in regards to this, and children are key priorities for the city. So yes, it's definitely going.
Okay, another area that your office, mainly this mayor office, got acclaim is the urban agriculture development. Can you elaborate that and tell us more about how it is undertaking this initiative throughout the city? So
sort of like the Sunday market, there is a urban agriculture market centers throughout the city. It's like 5 of them now. Recently the mayor about a few months ago inaugurated the 5th one, and these centers are, it's sort of like an agricultural mall where people can actually shop, and a lot of people have it in the 5 boroughs of the city. So there are farmers and producers that come from all over the nation. So let's say we have coffee from Jimma, or coffee comes from Walaga, and then we have honey coming from like Gojam area. So these people are coming from different parts of the nation and coming and selling in this agriculture market. And the city has built these centers, and they're rented for very small, just to manage their utility bills. So this is again so that the residents have access to producers directly. So the cost and the quality of the products that come in are very good because it comes directly from the farmers, and it also has no middle person, so the cost is lower. And these centers are definitely growing, and the city plans on further promoting it and growing it, and also kind of connecting it with other urban agriculture projects, so that the city can also start producing some of the products. So in general, it's part of the same idea, is to increase the cost of food, so that the city residents have access to quality and reasonable pricing when it comes to food, because as you know, our agricultural areas are vastly in other parts of outside of the city. So it's making sure that we connect the residents directly with the producers.
Okay, do you have any initiative that enhance or harness urban tourism?
So yeah, tourism also is one of the key priority areas for the nation and for the city administration too. The goal is to increase visitors, not just internationally, but even nationally. We want to attract tourists, and the sites that have been built, such as the Adwa Museum and the International Convention Center, and the green spaces and parks and so forth. The Riverside project attracts tourism, and we want to ensure that not only building infrastructure, but convenience, cleanliness. As you know, the city has its own bureau of cleaning, and the city is cleaned all the time. There's public toilets, there's trash cans everywhere, so that people don't litter on the streets. All these kind of works is supporting the tourism, to increase tourism. Museums, the museum, Adwa Museum, it's being visited by tourists, and these kind of projects are making the city more attractive. We also promote it by providing tours for the city, both to dignitaries that come here for meetings and so forth. And we're trying to increase the MICE conferences in the city by showcasing what we are capable of doing, and showing that we have the centers, the convention centers, and the museums and the facilities. So all the corridor development, the view, the fact that there's lights everywhere, there's safety, peace and security, has all contributing factors to increasing tourism. And obviously this cannot be done without the support of residents as well. But I have to say that the leadership, starting from the Prime Minister to the mayor who's leading the city, have been exemplary by leading through example. And it has trickled down for the success that the city is currently experiencing. And I think there's a lot to go. And, I'm sure there's a lot of things to accomplish as well.
Well, for all these initiatives, for all these workers, Addis Ababa is getting global recognition. To mention a few, Best Africa Smart City Award, Bloomberg Philanthropist Road Safety Award, and also the Mayor of the city, Adanich Abebe, received Seoul Smart City Prize 2024 Best Leadership Award. How helpful are these recognition for your future works and initiatives that are happening in the future?
Thanks, Addis. I think it's really nice to see some recognition coming, because the city has worked, like I said, has changed the working culture, working 24 hours, 7 days a week. The leadership is on the ground, making sure that every detail is being done. And this starts from the mayor to all the way to sub-cities and waradas in the bottom of the, from top down, there has been serious leadership. And the leadership has played with example by showing that we no longer work Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5 o'clock, you know. We are always working, we are working hard, we have long hours. And to see these recognition slowly creeping and coming and being called the new next best city or the smart city awards, or being recognized for the changes we've made for transportation and so forth, it's really heartwarming. It makes it makes us as a city very proud, but most importantly, I think it motivates you to do more. This lets us know that, okay, if you actually do work hard and if you show the results, then more recognition will come. And as you know, the city is just getting started. At least that's what our leadership has been saying. We are just getting started. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We have to continue the pace and the dedication that is required in order to continue on this success.
Well, Lidet Mulata, thank you for your precious time and brief analysis and presentation on what the city is undertaking nowadays.
Thank you so much, Addis. It's really a pleasure to be here again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dear viewers, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a good one.